News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A letter stained with blood may be the crucial evidence needed to help seal away Mr. Gomez in the ongoing Gomez trial. Good morning, this is John King filling in for Peter Christian, and I'm here with your newscast, which is brought to you by Dig It Excavation, bringing 30 years of excellence to every job, and by the Bitterroot Building Industry Association's 2017 Home and Ranch Expo. That's Friday and Saturday, February 3rd and 4th at the Ravalli County Fairgrounds. The Emmanuel Gomez murder trial continued on Thursday in Missoula District Court before Judge Karen Townsend. Police Detective Stacy Lear described part of the interior of Gomez's GMC Yukon that he had removed and taken inside his residence, purportedly to remove blood evidence.
Here is some evidence tape that's sealing the doors closed. Exhibit 21 is a close-up of that exact same area, and this appeared to be blood to us, and spots were taken of that and sent to the crime lab and matched Charlie Wyrick's blood and DNA.
Also found in the vehicle was a letter on which some of Charlie Wyrick's blood had been allegedly spilled.
The letter is addressed to Emmanuel Flores Gomez at 219 Whitaker Drive, and the postmark on it is November 4th, 2015.
And do you recall whether or not that was blood, in fact, on the corner of that letter?
Yes, that was blood. It was Charlie Wyrick's DNA in that blood.
The trial will resume today. Charlie Wyrick's mother, stepfather, and grandmother have been present for every word of testimony since the trial began last week. At around 10 p.m. on Wednesday, the Missoula Rural Fire Department received multiple calls about an orange glow and a possible barn on fire off of Highway 93. It actually was a house that was on fire, and Deputy Chief Chris Newman says firefighters struggled to get to the scene.
The home was not being lived in at the time, and so the driveway, which was roughly about 250 yards, had not been maintained or plowed, so our first arriving units had a difficult time accessing, and by the time they got back to where the residence was, it was fully involved in fire.
Initial arriving crews reported that the entire house was engulfed in flames, and a portion of the house had already fallen in. An investigation has already begun in determining what started that fire.
There was no chance for our guys to save anything, and so it makes that investigation that much more difficult. It's not a cop-out, it's just one of those things that makes it much tougher. Our guys are out there taking pictures, kind of sifting through as much as they can. We do not have any reason to believe that there's any foul play.
The official estimation on the cost of damage are yet to be released. A Montana legislative panel has approved a measure that would bar the public release of mugshots until after a person is convicted of a crime. The House Judiciary Committee voted 11-8 Wednesday to send the bill to the full House. The original version of the bill would have backed a Park County judge's ruling that booking photographs are public information and not confidential criminal justice information. However, House Judiciary Chairman Alan Duane amended the bill to do just the opposite. The bill now says booking photos can be released before conviction only if the judge considers it necessary or if the accused consents to the release. Meteorologist Trent Smith with the National Weather Service in Missoula said even though temperatures have dropped to below zero this morning, conditions will eventually warm to the point where the valleys could receive a mixture of weekend snow and freezing rain.
But it looks like the Missoula Valley should get a wintry mix where we start off at snow, maybe get freezing rain for a little bit, and then change over back to snow or go to all rain time frame. But it's kind of just a wintry mix coming up for this weekend.
Smith said the Weather Service directed specific information to crews with the Montana Department of Transportation, warning of heavy mountain snow throughout the period.
There's a high probability that it's not going to stop snowing there until Tuesday. So we're just going to look at light to moderate snow at the mountain passes, especially the mountains along the Montana-Idaho border and up in Glacier Park. Seeing them snow from Friday until Tuesday and potentially getting up to 2, maybe even 3 feet of snow.
There's been some heated debate recently about how to proceed on one of the city of Missoula's largest construction projects, the Hotel Fox, located downtown on the Riverfront Triangle. Missoula Area Central Labor Council President Mark Anderlich explains.
Right now we're at loggerheads, as it were, on a few things, including labor issues and also affordable housing. It has to do with developers signing an agreement, essentially remaining neutral, and a voluntary recognition of the union if a majority of workers decide they want a union.
Anderlich says because public money was put into the project, such an agreement should be signed to help benefit the public with higher-paying jobs.
The question remains on the labor side of things. Is this going to be a net benefit to Missoula, or is it going to be another bunch of low-wage jobs that Missoula is swimming in, less than living wage jobs? And we don't need any more of those kind of jobs in Missoula.
Anderlich says the Center Labor Council was essentially cut out of discussions between Mayor Engen and the developers, and that Engen's mediation was technically illegal.
The mayor's solution tried to amend federal law, which local governments cannot do. Two, it also didn't really do anything what we were looking for. And three, the main issue is kind of a legal nicety, but it doesn't protect the city's financial interest in the project.
Issues over labor agreements, apprenticeships, and a whole lot more are expected in City Council chambers again on Monday.